All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. I am here in my house, like everybody else at home. I've been doing some devotions on my own. I'm sure you've all looked into different things. And I've been studying a little bit the idea of loneliness. I think our society prior to being home and all the things that have gone on with that for so many of us, put us in this very weird trajectory. There are some people who even had coined our time in history as the age of loneliness. 1 in 5 Americans suffer from chronic loneliness. I can't even imagine that. But I think probably even more than that is true now, as we're kind of disconnected. I think society has encouraged us to have followers rather than close friends, to seek likes but not meaningful love, crowds versus companions. I think church versus community. It's this new sort of relationship experience that's about contacts, not necessarily close connection. It's kind of a I, me, mine idea versus an ours, we, us kind of mindset. The age of loneliness, that like really hit me. I think when you feel alone, it's incredibly easy to assume you're the only one who feels alone. It's sort of this compound effect that you're alone and nobody knows you're alone, and that makes you feel more alone. And right now we have all these strange challenges, homeschooling, working from home, not working from home, that makes you different than some of your counterparts, isolation, not being able to get together in community, not being able to go to church together. I think the more alone a person feels, the more unknown they feel. And when you're unknown and alone, your mind goes to places it wouldn't normally, and not always great things happen. The Bible has showed us that several times. When we lack community, bad things happen. Eve, we'll start at the beginning, talked to snakes, and we all know what happened after she talked to the serpent. Didn't go so great. David had an affair. Peter denied Jesus. It's a pattern, and in our time, we're not necessarily talking to serpents, but some people when they're alone, they overeat or they overshop, they get depressed, they fill the voids of their mind with things that are not healthy. God said in Genesis, it is not good for man to be alone. So what does that mean? I think loneliness was created as this alarm to remind us that we need to be known by God, by our community, by other people. We need to see people and see through their loneliness. We need to be brave and call out our own loneliness and reach out where we can. Loneliness can lead to apathy, which is that whole I don't care attitude. I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club, and we would get teens in there, kids of all ages, but I think of certain teens specifically, who were incredibly apathetic to everything. They didn't care what we thought of them. They didn't care what the rules were. They didn't care anything. And the truth was, they probably cared more than any of the kids that were in there. I think adults do that all the time. I think sometimes we try to be brave, put on a brave face, but I think we have this amazing opportunity right now in this time to reach out and see through that loneliness. And I know physically a lot of us can't be together, but there are so many ways that you can connect. We have lists of people that you can call and write through the church. You can connect on Facebook. There's so much technology that you can use right now. Marco Polo and Zoom and all these different things, and ways that you can use things to find connection with one another. I know we've been having dinner over the fence with a neighbor. She stands on her side and we stand on our side, and we've gotten to know her, and like she is really seen and known by us. It's just so precious. My daughter's teachers have reached out individually to each of them to try and make them feel heard and seen and validated. Check on each other. We're supposed to live in community. God has called us to live in community. God doesn't want us to live alone. Reach out. We are here. And so my prayer for everybody this week is that you will be able to make a connection with somebody outside of your home, that you'll find someone, somewhere, some way that you can truly see and have them truly see you. So I hope you all have a blessed week, and I'll be praying for you until we meet again.